How do I do it all? The Brezza gives me the power.
Rajasthan Royals find themselves in quite the rut. 3 bottle chases in a row, 5 defeats on the bounce, and they now welcome Gujarat Titans, who've been sitting pretty at the top of the table. They have been on a winning streak. What can we expect from the Titans meeting the Royals in Jaipur? Let's build up to the game. On Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPN Cricinfo Timeout in the company of Anil Kumble, Sanjay Bangar, Wasim Jafar. Gentlemen, thank you for your time. Anil, we've had a chance to chew on Sanjay and Wasim's brains over the course of this season about Rajasthan Royals and how they have managed to do this over and over again. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised too, to sort of keep repeating similar instances in a game consistently is obviously, for people involved in that franchise must be really frustrating. You generally look to sort of leave the 20th over out of the equation when you're chasing a target. And invariably, Rajasthan have found themselves in that 20th over trying to score some runs with so many wickets in hand, which surprises me. I mean, when you have so many wickets in hand, ideally you should be finishing it off by the 18th, 19th over, or at least close to the target by then. So I feel they're leaving it a bit too late. Bit being, it's not that, yes, certainly the opposition bowlers have bowled well, but they have allowed them to do that. They have wickets in hand, they can take those chances, and surprisingly, they haven't been able to do that. And of course, with Sanju Samson not being a part of the lineup, that's affected them.
Is it an issue of skill, mentality, both?
No, I don't think there's any limitations about skills or any question about skills, because they're all damn good players. I just feel that when you start losing, you start doubting yourself. You find yourself in those positions. You start doubting yourself that you're going to bottle that up again. Not putting it on one player, but Shimran Hetmeyer's ability to finish game. They'll probably looking at him that he's going to finish the game. He hasn't been able to do that. Dhruv Jorel has struggled a couple of times. So I think those are the things, and then that mentality to close out games. That's what RR has not been able to do.
Losing like winning is a habit. This present situation, what does a batting coach do?
No, it is, and some of the dismissals, especially in the previous game, were poor shot selection. You can put that to clearly that category, because here you had Jaiswal, who had taken down Josh Hazelwood apparently in the 6th over for maybe 13 or 14 runs, and of the last ball of the power play, Jaiswal tried to do something which was probably may not have been considered prudent at that particular instance. The shot of Rian Parag as well, when he had got off to a streaky start. So all those small little things, not probably using the bowlers right when they were needed, and that's where, as Anil said, they're missing Sanju Samson, not only the batsman but also the skipper, because Sanju is extremely smart as a captain in this format. So all in all, things haven't really gone well for Rajasthan Royals as far as their batting is concerned.
So many of these issues, the not finishing games is one part of it, the impact player is another big part, and a recurring conversation. And these are conversations that have carried forward in the last few seasons with the Royals. You have a new think tank this time. Rahul Dravid is back at the helm. Does it surprise you that those issues are still continuing?
Yeah, it is. I mean, first of all, even letting go of Josh Butler, probably that is a biggest surprise, because he's one of the best players that you can find in this format. And then he had done so much for Rajasthan. When they went to the final, he was literally the single-handedly took the games away from the opposition. So that's certainly hurting them, because when you have a player who can not just get 20s, 30s, get off the team to a good start, but convert that to those hundreds, or make sure that the team sort of he bats through the 20 overs. When you have batters like that, that's what Rajasthan is missing currently. Jaiswal has given them good starts, but he needs to, like Sanjay mentioned, he needs to not just get out of that 6th over getting 49 of 20 balls, but he needs to get those 80s, 70s, 80s, and then perhaps hundreds. He's capable of that. He did that with Josh Butler as an opening partner. So somebody has to put their hand up. I mean, if you can put across the table toppers, which is GT, then you get a lot of confidence back, and that's the kind of motivation that you require from their players. I mean, you have an opportunity now to get the better of the table toppers at your home ground. So you need to grab that. If you are in a position where you're batting on 40, then you need to convert that. You can't let it get to the second half of the innings where middle order batters are struggling to get those 10, 12 runs and over.
Yeah, that name you mentioned earlier is an interesting subplot to this game. The Royals faithful will get to welcome Joss Butler back to Jaipur. Goodness, what the Royals could do to have Butler still in their ranks. But Gujarat Titans, they are ticking so many boxes. They have had such a dream season. And among the stars, you look at their spin department. While Rashid Khan is the superstar, Sai Kishore has been possibly the best finger spinner in the league so far.
Yeah, easily one of them for sure. And he's somebody who bowls really well. He bowls well to the right-handers. He bowls well to the left-handers also, and he's added that that away-going delivery as well. So he's taken that challenges against good batters. So even though GT has kind of not bowled him to the left-handers quite often, but I think he's got the ability. He's one of those guys who likes challenges, and he's delivered so far in this season. So yeah, he's one of the bright spot coming out of GT this season.
Yes, it almost feels like the only thing that's not going Sai Kishore's way is his think tank's approach to matchups. Because he has bowled well to left-handers as well, as Wasim points out, and yet in the last few matches, they have not done that. And this is a game where potentially 4 of Rajasthan's top 6 are left-handers if Samson doesn't play.
It depends on a variety of factors. I can't really say that it's a matchup thing, but GT in a way is a strong bowling unit. They have 6 bowling options. Prasidh has been doing exceptionally well for them, and having Prasidh bowl in the middle overs means that they're going to obviously not use the spinner that much, because you have Rashid Khan who generally bowls in the middle phase. So bowling 2 overs or 2 spinners in tandem is generally not the case when you're looking at the middle over phase. So that could be one of the factors. And he's not missed that way. So if the team is doing well from a pace bowling point of view, I don't really think that that individual lack of bowling or him not bowling that entire quota matters a lot.
Your assessments on what you've seen of Sai Kishore this season and the usage as well?
No, he's been very impressive. Like Wasim mentioned, he's picked up that new carom ball, and that says a lot from a finger spinner, because generally you tend to sort of not look at a finger spinner, especially to a left-hander, but if you're looking to add certain varieties to counter that, because at the end of it, you need to keep developing your art. You need to keep continuing to change angles, bowl different deliveries, try new things, and that's what batters are doing. So you need to sort of counter that as a bowler, and that's been very impressive. And he had to bowl the last over of a game, and that happened to be his first over in that match. Right. So those kind of things, I think he is up for it, which says a lot. So yes, I agree that if the team is winning, and if you're not being able to bowl your quota of overs, it doesn't really matter, as long as you're there, because there could be one game where he would have to bowl his quota, and Rashid may not be able to bowl his quota. So those are situation based, and that's where I think GT have sort of scored over other teams. And of course, the form of Prasidh Krishna and the fast bowlers have been very impressive, and that's sort of let Shubman Gill use his bowlers accordingly.
Okay, let's get predictions. Anyone backing Rajasthan Royals?
Not me.
Sanjay?
Well, I do back Rajasthan Royals because Jaiswal seems to be the guy who is scoring runs at the right time. He may have a point to prove as well against GT. Good bowling attack, so that could get his competitive juices flowing again. And last match, I did see that there were a lot of conversations happening after the match, especially after the batting innings. So he would try and make amends, and along with that, Hasaranga would enjoy bowling at Jaipur because that's his style of bowling, a slightly lowish surface, and he's regained a little bit of his bowling form. So those two factors are going to be quite crucial if RR has to put this across. But I am still backing Rajasthan Royals to put this one across GT.
Okay, so 1-1, Mr. Kumble.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I would certainly look at GT to win this game, but Rajasthan has to sort of turn things around. They've had 3 close games, which they should have won. They've lost 5 on the trot at home. So you're expecting them to get one better. So I would, yeah, I mean, I would hope that Rajasthan will get this win because, you know, for their own sake, they're a good side. It's just that they need that confidence back. So I would possibly look at Rajasthan winning this.
So not just hope, but backing as well.
Yeah, I think so. I think they've done well at home. So at some stage it should come good. And the other thing is law of averages of the top 3 of GT. At some point, you're better off losing now than in the playoffs where, you know, the 3 batters suddenly GT find themselves at 30 for 3.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for your time, for setting up this game for us. The couch is backing Rajasthan Royals. Recent past is not backing Rajasthan Royals, as indeed is the head-to-head. They have lost 5 out of 6 games against Gujarat Titans.
How do I do it all? The Brezza gives me the power.